Hey everyone, so today let's talk about this particular topic in numbers only, and the segment name is fractional, decimal and percentage. It's a very easy segment again, so don't worry much. Let's start. So this is the syllabus that needs to be covered in particularly in this chapter. Starting with, we need to understand the proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed numbers, decimals, percentage, and we need to understand that how can we recognize equivalence and convert between the different forms and fractions. Okay, so we'll be talking about that. So let's start. First one is, what is proper fractions? So proper fraction is nothing but it is a kind of fraction whose numerator is always smaller than its denominator. So for example, if I'm having this fraction 1 upon 2, so here we can see that the numerator over here is 1 and the denominator is 2. So 1 is lesser than 2, so that means it is a proper fraction. Other examples are 3 by 5, 4 by 9, 13 by 20. So these are the examples for proper fractions. Now you can see some of the worked examples. So example 1 is 4 by 7 a proper fraction? Yes, it is, because 4 is less than 7. Okay, write this in the simplest form. So what does it mean by to write a fraction in the simplest form? So we will be cancelling out all the common factors that is present in the numerator and denominator. Just like if we are having 12 by 20. So we can see that if we try to write 12 as 4 times 3 and if we try to write 20 as 4 times 5, so this 4 and 4 can cancel out and we are left with only 3 by 5. So this 3 by 5 don't have any other common factor. So we can say that this 3 by 5 is our simplest form of the fraction. So like that, it can go on. Again, you can get a question like this also arranged in ascending order for the improper proper fractions. So in this case, again, what you should do, okay, you should make the denominator same. Okay. So for that also, it is very easy. Just like it starts with 1 by 4, then 3 by 4, and then this 1 by 2, if you want to make its denominator as 4, okay, you need to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2. So it becomes 2 by 4. Now we can see that if we arrange it up, so you can see 1 by 4 is less than 2 by 4 is less than 3 by 4. So you can see in this case, we can write that 1 by 4 is less than 1 by 2 is less than 3 by 4. Like that, we can write up the things. It's as simple as that. Okay, I think you may have understood this before. Now, which is larger, 5 by 8 or 3 by 4? So again, you can see that the denominators are different over here. So we should make the denominator first over here. So 5 by 8, we can keep it as it is because it has bigger denominator, and we can make 4 into 8. So for that, we need to multiply by 2 in both numerator and denominator, and we'll be getting 6 by 8. So we can see that 6 by 8 is definitely greater than 5 by 2. As the denominator is same, so we can just compare it with the help of the numerators present over here. Since 6 is greater than 5, so the second fraction is definitely greater than the first fraction. And that's how we can do other things over here. Yeah. Then some questions are also here. Okay. Just like state whether each fraction is proper. So I think you can just do these kinds of questions. You can practice it up, and definitely I'll be posting up the solutions at last. Okay. Or what you can do, you can just put on the solution. I think that would be the better thing. You can put on the solution in the comment section, and then I can just reply you in the comment section only that whether your answer is correct or not. Okay. And if you're having any doubts, we can just discuss it over there. Then let's discuss what is an improper fraction. So improper fraction it is a kind of fraction in which numerator is greater than equal to denominator. What does this mean? So basically, greater than equal to means that numerator can be equal to denominator also, or it can be greater than equal denominator also, but it can't be lesser than denominator, because if it becomes lesser than denominator, then it will be considered into the category of proper fraction, not improper fractions. Okay. So just like if I'm having 7 upon 5, yes, you can see that 7 is greater than 5, so that means it is an improper fraction. If I'm having 6 upon 6, so definitely you can see that the numerator is equal to denominator. So we can, in this case also, we can say that it is an improper fraction. So these are the cases for improper fraction. Now, how can we convert an improper fraction to a mixed number? So again, it's very easy. What you should do, you should take 4 over here. 4 as the divisor, 9 as the dividend, and then you can just do the normal division. So what you will be finding out, you will be finding out something like this. Okay, so whatever will be the quotient, you'll be writing over here. Whatever is the divisor, you will be writing over here in the denominator, and whatever remainder is there, we'll be writing in the numerator part. So basically, it looks like this. 2 is the mixed fraction looks like this. Quotient aside of it, in the upper part, you need to write the not divisor. You need to write the remainder, and in the denominator part, you need to write the divisor. Basically, it is pronounced that 4 times 2 plus 1 by 4. Okay, well, that means it is 9 by 4, like that. Okay, so I think you must have understood this thing up. Similarly, 17 by 5, you can do the same thing up over here. 5, 17, so 5 times 3, 15. Then it is 2, and then you can write down like the same thing. Quotient, you will be writing it over here, 3, and the divisor at the denominator part, so it will be 5, and over here at the top, it will be 2. So like that, you can write the things up. Again, this question also you can understand. Again, very easy question. And these are the questions that you can do as your homework. Okay, you can put the answer in the comment section. I will definitely check it up and I will just get back to you. Okay, these are some easy questions, okay, which you can just practice up. Now, let's talk about something called mixed numbers. Okay, so we already discussed that how to convert an improper fraction into mixed numbers. Okay, and that's also very easy. Okay, so that I've already told you that we can just do the normal division and we can keep the quotient aside over here, and in the top part we can write the remainder, and in the bottom part we need to write the divisor, and that's how the things will go on. Okay, now convert this into an improper fraction. So the process is very simple. Okay, so for finding out the numerator back, what we will do, we will just multiply. Let's say if this is our divisor, this is our quotient, and this is our remainder. So you will be multiplying q into divisor plus r, and you will be dividing it by d. Okay, so like that you will be doing. So for example, here in this case, it should be 5 times 2 plus 3, that is 13 over 5. Okay, so that is 13 by 5. That's how you write an improper fraction. Again, if it is about converting 4 1 by 2 into an improper fraction, so again the things will go as simple as that. So 4 times 2, then plus 1 by 2, that means it will be 9 upon 2. That's called an improper fraction. That's how it looks like. Then convert 6 4 by 5 into an improper fraction. So again the things will be very simple for us. Okay, we can write it like this: 5 times 6 plus 4 divided by 5. So that means it is 5 times 6, 30. 30 plus 4, that's 34 by 5. So that's basically our improper fractions. Okay, simply this next example is also very simple. 9 times 8 plus 3 divided by 8. So 9 times 8 is 72. 72 plus 3 is 75. So 75 upon 8 is our answer. Okay, so it's not tough. It's very easy. Just the point is you need to understand the basic concept. So just like that, you can do it as your assignment. Okay, you can post the answers very quickly in the comment section. I think these are very short questions just for practice. Okay, and then you can post the answers. Yeah. So the next thing is actually the decimals. So a decimal represents part of a whole using the place value. Okay, it's that simple. So basically, if we talk about 4.37, so that basically means it is 4 plus 3 by 10 plus 7 by 100. It's as simple as that. Okay, and definitely, just like if you just go on to the left hand side, you get from ones, tens, hundred, thousands, so on. So when you go on to the right hand side, you will be getting tens, not ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, like that. Now, decimals also can be of two types. One is terminating, other is recurring. What does terminating mean? So terminating is like this, 0.25. It is not getting continued, but recurring means 3.1256373 and so on. It is not getting indent. So in this case, it is a recurring. Just like if you divide 1 by 3, if you go for 1 by 3, you will be getting 0.333333 in your calculator and so on. It won't be ever ending. So that's called a recurring decimal. Okay, it's never ending. Now, so it's very simple question. Just like if you want to write 0.7 as a fraction, it will be 7 upon 10 because there's only one decimal place. 0.45, so there are two decimal places, so that means 2 zeros in the denominator, so it will be becoming 45 by 100, like that. Okay, simply it is very simple and easy to understand actually. If you're having 2.36 and if somebody asks you to write it as a mixed number, so you can go like this: 2 plus 36 by 100, and this you can simplify up, so you will be getting 9 upon 25, so ultimately you can write it as 2 9 by 25. Okay, 5 by 8. So yes, for this you need to understand a division method. Okay, so what you need to do, the denominator part will be going into the divisor, and the fifth 5 over here will be coming into the dividend. Okay, so as you know that definitely 5 can't be easily divided by 8, so we need to keep 1 0 over here. If we are keeping 1 0 over here, so we need to keep a decimal place at the top. So then after that, if we just try to do the division, yes, we can do it. We will be having some remainder. So 8 times 6 is 48. 2 will be left. Again, on 0 will automatically come since it is the decimal place. So 8 times 2 16, and then 4 is left. Again 0 will come, and then 5. So 40, done. So it will be 0.625. Again, you can do the same thing with 3 by 4, and you'll be getting 0.75. And these are your practice questions, so you can practice it up and you can just post on the answers in the chat section. Yeah, now a common mistake which every student does, they don't understand the difference between 0.0, 0.5, 0.05 and 0.50 actually. The point is 0.5 and 0.50, yes, they are equal, but 0.05 is a different game. 0.5 is basically 5 upon 10 and 0.50 is 50 upon 100, or is there is basically 5 upon 10. So yes, these two are same, but 0.05 is 5 upon 100. It's not at all same. Okay, so you need to be careful about this. Very much careful actually. Then percentage. I'm telling you again, percentage. That means percent. That means per 100. Okay. So what does it mean? That wherever you are getting this symbol, that means it is just counting on a scale of 100. That means 35%, so 35 per 100. So 35 by 100, or it can be written as 0.35. 50%, so that means 50 by 100 or 0.5 or 1 by 2, like that. And to find a percentage of a quantity, you can just simply multiply with the percentage with the quantity and we'll be getting the answer. So if somebody asks you to convert 65% to a fraction, very simple, 65 by 100. Okay, so 13 by 20. 0.428 or 0.48 to a percentage, just multiply by 100. Multiply a decimal number, a fraction number by 100, and you will be getting it as for percentage. So don't worry about it. Okay, so basically decimal slash fractions, if you multiply it by 100, you will be getting percentage. Hope you must have understood. Okay, and let's say if somebody asks you find 25% of 80. Now, off whenever it comes in mathematics, remember it is for multiplication. Okay, so if it is mentioning 25% of 80, that means 25 by 100 into 80, that means it is 20, like that. 15% of 240, that means 15 by 100 into 240, like that means 36. It's as simple as that. So simple concepts, but yes, very much careful you need to be. Decrease 600 by 15%. So if you're just decreasing something by 15%, so that means the leftover part is 85%. So directly we can do it by finding 85% of 600. So there can be multiple methods, but the best one is this only. So 85 by 100 into 600, so that will be coming out to be 510. Like that you can do it. Okay, very easy and very simple to understand. Then the next one is basically the equivalent fractions. The best definition of equivalent fraction is that if you are getting the simplest form of any fraction equal, those are equivalent fraction. The simplest you can see over here, just like 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is itself the simplest fraction. But if we talk about 2 by 4, yes, you can write it as 1 by 2. So that means if the simplest fraction are same, so that means these are two equivalent fractions. Again, 3 by 6, that also you can write it as 1 by 2. So that means it is also a simplest fraction with 1 by 2 and 2 by 4, and simply 4 by 8 also. That is also a simplest fraction. Then it is asking you find two fractions equivalent to 3 by 5. So again, for this, what you can do, okay, you can multiply by the same number in numerator and denominator. Okay, because if you're multiplying by the same number in numerator and denominator, so it is just making like a pre-factor form, pre-simplest form. It is going like that. So it becomes 6 by 10. Again, its simplest form is 3 by 5 only. But yes, it's the another way to write it up. Okay, so it's basically a equivalent fraction. Okay, that we are writing the things up. 28 by 42, you have to simplify it up. So just cancel out the common factors. So you can start with 2. So if you divide by 2 in both numerator and denominator, you'll be getting 14 upon 21. And then let's say if you can divide by 7 on both the numerator and denominator, you'll be getting 2 upon 3. So like that you can go. Then this is for your practice. Please do it. And post the answer in the comment section. I will definitely get back to it. Then converting between fraction, decimal and percentage. So converting fraction, decimal into percentage is very easy. Fraction or decimal into percentage is very easy. Just multiply by 100 and you will be getting the percentage. And for going back, divide it. Simple. Okay, so you can see fraction decimal, divide numerator by denominator. Okay, like that. Decimal to percentage, we discussed it earlier also. Decimal to percentage, multiply by 100. Percentage to decimal, divide by 100 because we are going back. And percentage to fraction, write over 100 and simplify it out. Okay, so that actually you can get the simplest fraction, which is the best answer if you talk about a fraction. Now convert 4 by 5 to a decimal and percentage. So 4 by 5, if you want to convert it to a decimal, so that will be basically what? You can just divide the things up. 5 and then 4 is here. So you can put a decimal place and then it will be 5 times 8, so 40. And then if you want to convert it to percentage, so multiply by 100. So you'll be getting it as 80%. Simple. Convert 75% to a fraction and decimal. So 75% in fraction will be 75 by 100 or it will be 3 by 4. And in decimal, you can just divide the things up and you'll be getting it as 0.75. So very easy. Again, it's for practice. Okay, do practice as much as you can because that is only helpful for future. Yeah, this is also for practice. Okay, now the next and last topic is basically about the recurring decimal. As I told you, a recurring decimal has one or more digit that repeats forever. Okay, that we can say recurring decimal. Recurring or terminating, you can say. Okay, so recurring or terminating were two kinds of decimal places that we talked about. So recurring is which is getting repeated forever. Okay, so what happens over here? Just like if you can see 0.3 and this dot is kept over here. So that means that this 3 is getting repeated all the time. People also just denote it by 0.3 and a dash like this. This is called bar. So we can pronounce it like 0.3 bar. So that means the decimal, this decimal digit, okay, the digit after the decimal place is getting repeated all the time. Okay, 0.17. So that means this 17 is getting repeated all the time. 0.123, but you can see that there's no point upon 1. So that means only 2, 3 is getting repeated. Okay, so like that you need to understand. But you can understand that 0.3 bar, okay, or 0.3 dot actually, that can be written as 1 by 3. Just see actually, you'll be getting this answer only. What it means that 0.3 decimal, this 3 is getting repeated all the time, like that. Okay, so basically, if it is asking you to write 0.3 bar or 0.3 dot as a fraction, so what you can do in this case, you can consider this as x. I prefer to write it as 0.3 bar because it is my habit. Okay, and I just feel good actually. It's like more prominent when I just do my calculations. And the next step, what I can do, I can multiply both sides by 10. So I'll be getting 10x equals to 3.3 bar because it was previously 0.33333 and so on. So if you multiply by 10, I'll be getting 3.33333. That means that is basically 3.3 bar. So I just kept it like that. And then I'll be subtracting this first equation from the second equation. So I'll be getting 10x minus x equals to 3.3 bar minus 0.3 bar. Now you can know one thing, that if I'm having 2.25 minus 1.25, so I will be left with, since the decimal part is same, so I'll be left with only 1. Yes or no? Similar to that, if I'm having 10x minus x, so that is 9x. But if I'm having 9.3 bar minus 3.3 bar minus 0.3 bar, that will be 3 only. So that means it can be written as x equal to 3 by 9. That is 1 by 3. Similar to that, 0.6 bar, we can do the same. X equal to 0.6 bar, 10x equal to 6.6 bar, and then we can just subtract the things up. So we'll be getting 9x equals to 6, x equals to 2 by 3. Simple. Okay. Express 0.17 also as a fraction. Very easy question. Okay. It may look like higher ability question, but nothing like that. X equal to 0.17 bar. So now the point is, in this case, if you multiply by 10x, 10 only, so you'll be getting 1.71 bar. Okay, because previously it was 0.171717. So if you just multiply by 10, you'll be getting 1.717171, like that. So after the decimal place, the things are not same yet. So in this case, you should multiply by one more 10. So you'll be getting 17.17 or 17.171717, like that. So now it is fine. Now this is the first equation, consider it the first, and this is the second. And then you can subtract the things up. So you'll be getting 99x equals to 17, or x equal to 17 upon 99. So that's your answer. Very simple. I'm telling you, the whole chapter is very simple. You need to understand the basics. That's it. Okay. This is again for your practice. Please do it. Okay. Practice will make you perfect. It's like you can, again, I'm saying that this is 0.454545. So you can write this as 0.45 bar, and you can go with a similar process which I told you. You can convert into fractions also. And that was it from my side. Thank you for listening, and let's get ready for the next segment in the next class. Thank you so much. Cheers. Take care. Bye bye.